kebijaksanaan kepada pemimpin-pemimpin kami, khususnya Yang Amat Berhormat Premier Sarawak, agar terus menarajui kepimpinan Sarawak ke arah kemajuan yang selari dengan kepentingan dan keperluan semasa dan cabaran yang mendatang. Kekalkanlah ya Allah semangat persefahaman dan perpaduan, bekerja sama, hidup penuh harmoni, segulai sejalai di antara kami yang berbilang bangsa, budaya dan agama. Peliharakanlah ya Allah Sarawak dan negara Malaysia dengan nikmat kemajuan dan kemakmuran. Akhirnya kami memohon limpah rahmat serta taufik dan hidayah-Mu kepada Yang Amat Berhormat Premier kami dan kepada para pemimpin serta warga kerja PNB Aluminium Sdn Berhad dan Bintulu Capital Sdn Berhad, seterusnya kepada kesejahteraan rakyat sekalian. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adzabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Thank you very much, Sahibul Fadilah Datuk Haji Mustafa Kamal, and may our ceremony today be blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, to give us a better insight into and also the journey in the initiatives contained in the shareholders' agreement to be signed later, we are pleased to present a montage produced by Press Metal. Thank you everyone for your attention. Thank you PMPV for the progress video montage. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to proceed, we are pleased to invite Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Paul Kun Paul Kiong, Group CEO of Press Metal Aluminium Holdings BERHAD, to address us with his speech. Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Paul Kun, please.
Right Honorable Dr. Pedingki Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Johari Bintun Dr. Abang Haji Openg, Premier of Sarawak, also Chairman of Bintulu Development Authority, Honorable Datuk Sri Tiong Kin Sing, Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture Malaysia, Member of Parliament, Bintulu, Honorable Datuk Ahmad Haji Muhammad Abu Bakar bin Masuki, Sarawak State Secretary, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Dr. Haji Abdul Aziz bin Datuk Haji Hussein, Chairman of SEDC, and Yang Berbahagia Datuk Dr. Muhammad Abdullah bin Haji Saidul, Deputy Sarawak State Secretary, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Jurat Keti, Resident of Bintulu, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haidar Khan bin Askar Khan, Deputy Chairman of BDA, and Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haji Muhammad Yaakob bin Kari, General Manager of BDA. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to our event this morning, signing ceremony between Press Metal and Bintulu Development Authority. I believe this is a very significant event for a few reasons. First of all, we are bringing downstream to Sarawak, particularly to Samalaju. All this while, Samalaju Industrial Estate has always been on the upstream. So going downstream would be the direction, and we as Press Metal is taking this role to bring in downstream to Samalaju. And I believe that would spearhead a lot of spin-off for the industries in Sarawak in the future, especially in aluminum-related industries. And certainly solar is part of them that we think there's great potential. We can continue to expand and develop these downstream industries in Sarawak, particularly in Samalaju. Secondly, it's also significant because it is also an important partnership, which very much I believe is in line with the state policy and intention, where SOE and private sectors can form good partnership. You know, I think Yama Ahmad has mentioned many times that hopefully the partnership will result in additional revenue and income for SOE. And I think this is a very good beginning, and we hope that this partnership will certainly result in this way going forward. So this plant is dedicated especially for solar industries. So what we are doing here, you can see from the picture, is it will be a process where we use the aluminum that we produce in Samalaju. So we go through a process where we actually would so-called we heat it up, we press it into different shapes, where and we also use a heat-up process to make the harden the alloy, and we also would put the coating to make sure that it is very well coated for 25 years lifetime, and we also put a lot of precision to cut, to fabricate, so that it becomes a product where it can go straight into assembly line of all the panel manufacturers all over the world. So this is a lot of value add, and it's going straight to the assembly line. So it has to be done very, very so-called accurately, because you understand in the assembly line, if the product is of any defect, it will just stop the whole assembly line. It will be very costly. So quality and precision will be very, very important for this product. And that's why it's going to be a state-of-the-art investment, where it will be a lot of high level of control, precision equipment, engaging a lot of robotic to reduce all these human errors, so that we can have a product that is of good quality as well as very precise for the usage of the customers. So there will be a lot of talent that we're going to build, so that there will be a lot of this learning and skills that we need to build this product. I believe solar definitely is a industry that has a lot of potential. All over the world today, we are seeing that this solar adoption as a new renewable energy is gaining traction. From China to United States, India today is huge, Southeast Asia. I guess even at home in the state of Sarawak, we are seeing more solar farm is to be built. So this is 100% renewable energy, and there's no emission. So if it's the whole energy transition going forward for the whole world, solar will be a very important part of this whole transition. And we are happy and glad that we are part of it, and we are doing it in the state of Sarawak, so that I think the state of Sarawak has always been going green going forward. We want to be the greenest state, not only in Malaysia, but also in this region. So I think doing this kind of manufacturing to support the green transition will be also the aspiration of the state. And we are happy to be a part of it. And we are certainly happy to partner this with Bintulu PTA. So we believe that this is going to be an industry going forward that will support this whole green transition. And of course, on top of that, solar is not only the part, but aluminum actually plays a very important role as well. As I mentioned before, aluminum is a very unique property. It's light, it's strong, it can actually be anti-corrosive, and it is can make into multi-alloys. So you can see that in the whole energy transition economy and the renewable going forward, and also this high-tech area, aluminum is definitely a very important material. Sometimes I think of aluminum as kind of a rare earth. I think rare earth is very hot. Everybody's talking about rare earth, but aluminum actually is a very important, important material for the future. You look into all these future directions. For example, the likes of the automobile, the EVs, definitely more and more aluminum are being used. And we are doing all that in China. We supply to more than 30 brands in China for all the aluminum parts that is there, because the market is huge there. Of course, locally, we are also making progress. We supplied recently to the newest EV from Baroda. They come out with EV cars, and we are supplying the aluminum parts to them as well. And now moving forward is the Geely, the BYD, and the rest of the manufacturers of automobile coming to Malaysia. So definitely, aluminum will be used in this space. And also in consumer products. For example, all your handheld device, laptop, all is going to be using aluminum, because there's no other material at this moment that is able to match the versatility of aluminum. For example, we supply to Huawei the latest 3.4 phone in China. It's a very high spec, because they want it to be so hard. So they came to us and said, we want this kind of specs, can you do it? So we have our R&D in China, we do that, and we make the spec for them. And today we supply almost half of the model that actually now they're coming up, the 3.4 model for Huawei. And that is even higher spec than Apple. And we are able to do that because we have an R&D team in China. So we express whether not only we actually make aluminum, but we also make products. Even though right now the biggest market is in China, we're doing that in China. But it's also a learning curve for us to do all that, so that we can actually make all this technology and experience and bring it back home. So whether it's EVs, whether it is all these gadgets, And right now in China, we are also moving into supplying to all these humanoid robotic. They're using aluminum as well. The drones, they use aluminum. So, even the data center, they will use quite a lot of aluminum. So other than traditional buildings, but now aluminum is being used in all these new and exciting industries. So aluminum will be a very critical component to have this support this growth of future industries. So I hope Sarawak has quite a strong foundation in aluminum production. I believe as we go forward, we can utilize this foundation and able to actually make progress in using the aluminum for a lot of the downstream products and support the whole green transition. We actually just launched our green aluminum brand called GEM. And basically, we target a lot of customers that appreciate green, like the EVs, the packaging, can stocks, and all that. They actually, like even data center, they especially say they want green aluminum as well. So basically, we have this good foundation, producing aluminum and producing green aluminum. And to do that, we have to work very hard to lower the emission. Right? So we are able to do that. We are supplying this green aluminum to a lot of industries in Europe, in Japan. So I believe that it is an industry where the state has a big, established a huge facilities, production facilities, and we can actually engage that and support this whole green transition, not only this region, but also other parts of the world. So I believe we are excited with this initial progress of going downstream. We think there is possible more to come, but we just have to find a way to develop it. And I think aluminum should be a very good material going forward to support this whole future growth of industries. So we are happy, and we want to thank the BDA for be a part of this progress. And I believe that this we just have to be mindful because the one that we are doing now on the downstream, we are actually have to be having this mindset is that it's actually a very tough industry, especially in solar. It's dominated by a lot of Chinese manufacturers. They are big, they are very cost effective, very efficient. So not only we learn all the skills and we build a very right model to compete with them, but we also need a lot of support from here, so that we can actually compete. So we have to build this plant that is very efficient, because these customers are all very big customers. They have a very high level of negotiation, so we have to be very careful how we can build a very efficient model, and that we need a lot of support. So we look forward for a lot of these supports from various agencies here to help us to be able to compete, and we believe we can deliver. We can deliver. I think last time when in the MOU, I still remember Yabab Muhammad asked me, when can I have this plant up and running? And I actually told him it will be 1 year, which is March next year, because we signed MOU in February. So I feel that I think Yabab Muhammad was not so convinced that I can actually deliver, because we just have MOU, But we went ahead, even though there is a lot of negotiation we need with BDA, our partner, to finalize this whole this MOU, this agreement. But the project continues because we believe for us, we just need to progress. And you can see from the pictures, we are halfway through, and we believe the target to produce in March is still very feasible. Even though rainy season is now, but we will face it. We will work more hours, but we will get it done. And we have already invested more than 200 million already so far. So we will go ahead. We'll get it done. We'll deliver. But we just hope that there will be continuing support from the state on this. So anyway, thank you for coming. We look forward to a good partnership with BDA, and thank you sincerely to our Leader Yang Muhammad, the Right Honorary Premier of Sarawak, for your vision, support, leadership, and we look forward to a good partnership from here. Thank you so much.
Our sincere thanks to Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Paul Kun for the speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed with our ceremony this morning, we invite all guests now to focus on our guest of honor speech. And for that, we call upon Yang Berbahagia, Datuk Haji Muhammad Yaakob Kari, to invite the Right Honourable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari Bintulu Datuk Abang Haji Openg, Premier of Sarawak, come Chairman of BDA to address us with his speech. With the greatest honour and pleasure, the Right Honourable Premier, please.
Terima kasih Puan Pengacara Majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Salam sejahtera, salam Sarawak maju dan makmur. Salam segulai sejalai. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Tiong, Menteri Pelancongan Malaysia. Yang berhormat State Secretary kita Datuk Amar Abu Bakar. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Paul Kun Poh Kiong, Group CEO of Press Metal Aluminium Holding BERHAD. Yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Ahmad Aziz bin Datuk Hussein, Chairman SCDC. Yang berbahagia Deputy State Secretary Datuk Seri Dr. Muhammad Zaidil. Yang berbahagia Deputy Chairman BDA, CEO BDA, seluruhnya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. Pertama, saya mengucap syukur kerana pagi ini saya dapat menyaksikan satu peristiwa yang penting di antara BDA, Capital dan juga pihak MBB Aluminium dan BERHAD dalam satu majlis perjanjian Shareholders Agreement di antara kedua-dua pihak dalam mereka hendak memajukan lagi satu kegiatan downstream daripada aluminium. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, ini adalah satu peristiwa yang sudah tentu akan memberi kesan yang mendalam kepada pembangunan ekonomi di Sarawak. Lebih-lebih lagi di dalam bidang manufacturing yang menggunakan asas resource yang ada di Sarawak. In my recent address to the State Dun, I noted that Sarawak's economy continues to demonstrate strong fundamentals with a projected GDP growth of around 5.2%, surpassing the expected national average. More significantly, Sarawak now commands an investment pipeline exceeding 58 billion ringgit across key development sectors, including energy, industrial development, digitalization, and the green transition. This reflects a clear and encouraging message that is confidence in Sarawak's future remains strong. Our PCDS 2030, as you know, outlines the ambitious vision for Sarawak to double the size of our economy to approximately 282 billion ringgit by 2030 to create hundreds of thousands of new employment opportunities and to raise household incomes while ensuring social inclusivity and environmental sustainability. To deliver this vision, we must continue transforming our economic structure. Sarawak cannot rely solely on exporting raw materials. Instead, we must produce high-value, technology-driven products for regional and global markets. This partnership that we are witnessing today is a prime example of how strategic investment, technological capability, and sustainable development can converge to create new value for Sarawak and its people. This shareholders' agreement supports the establishment of a state-of-the-art fabrication extrusion production line in Samalaju, designed primarily to serve the global solar photovoltaic industry. The facility will produce, as mentioned by Tan Sri, high-precision aluminium frames and components for solar modules, operate with advanced automation, robotic and digital quality system, and integrate seamlessly with the wider industrial ecosystem in Samalaju. Supported by substantial investment and impressive production capacity, the plant will be capable of meeting both regional demand and large-scale export markets. At a time when the world is accelerating its shift towards clean energy, this project is timely and strategically placed. Solar energy deployment continues to expand globally, and Malaysia is already one of the key players in photovoltaic manufacturing. This new facility positions Sarawak and Bintulu, especially as a vital contributor in the global solar value chain by supplying high-quality aluminium components to module producers and system integrators worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our strengths in Sarawak is our clean, renewable energy. We are producing 70% of our energy, which is renewable. And 30%, of course, as you know, is gas. And therefore, we are within the category of supplying green energy. The world has demanded that the market must consider the production of the product, whether that product is green or non-green. The recent COP20 in Brazil, in Belém, signifies the importance of green financing, green energy, and green product. If you have that component in your manufacturing process, then the market is yours. EU has emphasized on green energy, so also the markets in Asia, and to a certain extent, United States. In other words, if you produce photovoltaic from Sarawak using green energy, process is green, you have a leverage in the market. Meaning we have that niche in terms of product promotion in the world market. In terms of the subsidiary product of aluminium. You know very well the world is focusing on us because it is what they call low carbon manufacturing facility. World Economic Forum has identified Samalaju as a low emerging industrial center. If the world has recognized us, meaning we are there in the market. And we are one of the 38 in the world. Of course, the first in Malaysia lah. And we have to take advantage of that. And the Sarawak government is giving emphasis on energy production. Not only on hydro, not only in gas, but also in biomass. And besides floating solar. We are producing energy from our floating solar in Batang Air now. Now we want to increase it to 100 megawatt. And the same will apply to Bakun, Murun, and also Bali. And we have investor already in the pipeline who wants to produce power through solar. One of the investors that has expressed and are now discussing with us is from Saudi Arabia. As you know, they have a new city called Neom City, which is powered by solar. In other words, if you have that, then fresh metal subsidiary will play the part there. You got your marketplace in a new energy transition. Ladies and gentlemen, what is important now is we must have the current technology in energy production. Number two, the process must be based on AI because it must be precise, particularly in terms of spec. As you know, solar also needs spec. And you have the, what they call all this column, and the solar is placed there. And now there's a new technology replacing silicon. And China is good in this. A very fast technological migration in China. Maybe one day you don't need silicon anymore. They use a new technological material as absorption of sunlight. But they need the column. Whatever it is, you still need the column to place the material. And this is being done. And finally, the storage of energy must be boosted. At the moment, it's using battery, but there will be a new technology in terms of the solar panel that can store within a longer period than now. Sekarang hanya 3 jam, 4 jam saja. Lepas itu, you need a booster. But for us in Sarawak, we are fortunate because you can have hybrid. Your solar, lepas itu hydro will push it up. Kalau tidak, solar tidak dapat panjang. Dia punya time. But then with this new technology, it can store more than 3 hours, 4 hours. And solar becomes a real energy source. But for precious metal and VDA, that's why I support this investment, because we are now towards establishing what we call SOE, that is Sarawak-owned enterprise, and that will be run commercially, just like any corporate sector. and there are, the staff or the system is detached from the normal civil service general order. If they perform, they are there. If they make money, they decide that bonus. But then if you don't perform, you are fired. And that is the system that we want to establish in SOE. They are not bound by government orders, but based on performance. If you have this entity moving forward with new ideas, new ways to manage business, then the whole economy will come up. And it is our GPS ambition that Sarawak become the star of ASEAN. We should be there because we have all the basic ingredients in terms of resource. And what we need now is the human capital. That's why we are giving next year free education to all Sarawakian. In order to get the right human capital and be creative, at the same time, you increase productivity. One area I share with you, now we are focusing on chip design. Now we are talking to the Korean, that company called Rebellions. And this, if we are successful in the new design, that is the A-powered chip using gallium nitride. And if we have the, inshallah, God willing, our IP, we can be a player just like NVIDIA. That's why I said, because of our abundant resource in terms of renewable energy, and this production of energy has to be modern, new technology, then we are there. We can become the network for the ASEAN energy grid. In fact, 2 days ago, I was in Singapore together with the Prime Minister, and we are going to supply 1 gigawatt of energy to Singapore. And I told Singaporean ministers, it is not ordinary energy that we are supplying to you. It's a green energy, where the leverage of Singapore will be up because they have green energy. And therefore, with this approach undertaken by the state government, we are going to be the major player in energy grid. 2 days ago, we have started supplying power through the Sarawak grid to Sabah. Now we are boleh jadi Borneo grid lah, because we are supplying to West Kalimantan, and we have investment in North Kalimantan, and in terms of energy production, we are there. And therefore, fresh metal and VDA, I think your product will be there because of energy. Kalau tidak energy pun susah, you want to compete with the other players in the international market. With that, I wish you all the best out of this agreement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Right Honourable Premier, and please remain on stage. We invite all distinguished guests seated at the head table to kindly proceed on stage for the signing. And we also call upon signatories for both parties, Yang Bahagia Datuk Haji Muhammad Yaakob bin Kari, GM of BDA, and Mr. Lim Heng Kam, Group Chief Operating Officer, Extrusion Business Unit Press Metal, and witnesses for the respective parties yang berusaha Puan Hajah Hasiah binti Mosidi, Assistant GM Corporate Services BDA and Company Secretary Bintulu Capital, and Mr. Ding Wei, General Manager PMB PV. Please take your seats at the signing table. We invite the Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak, accompanied by our distinguished guests, to officially witness the signing of the agreement. Both signatories, please begin with the signing. Ladies and gentlemen, proceeding on, the Right Honourable Premier will now officially witness the exchange of the signed documents between Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haji Muhammad Yaakob and Mr. Lim Heng Kam. Congratulations to both parties and our utmost gratitude to the Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak. And we invite the Right Honourable Premier to please proceed to the front of the stage for the presentation of a mementos. We invite all our distinguished guests to proceed as well to the front of the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, as a gesture of our deepest appreciation, we now invite Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Dato' Paul Kun to present a special memento to the Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak as we commemorate this momentous occasion. And the special memento is an encased replica of PMPV factory situated at Press Metal Plant in Samalaju. Once again, a huge round of applause to our guest of honour as our gesture of thanks. Thank you very much. Our sincere thanks to the Right Honourable Premier of Sarawak. And now we invite our guest of honour and all distinguished guests on stage for a quick photo opportunity to commemorate this occasion. Once again, our most sincere gratitude to our guest of honour, and we invite the Right Honourable Premier and all on stage to proceed back to their seats for another group photo with all guests. Our photographers will take the shot from on stage, and we invite all guests who are present to please be upstanding for this photo session. Perhaps come closer to the head table. Dipersilakan. One for the album.